up, hello, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new. My name is Kayla, and today I'm so excited for this video because we are going to be creating our own subgenre within the ever so popular academia aesthetic. Hey guys, hello, I am so glad to have you here. Welcome back whether you're old or new. My name is Kayla, and as I said, today we are going to be creating our own subgenre to the academia aesthetic. The academia aesthetic sort of blew up in the past 12 months, though mostly it's been dark academia and then light academia to a sort of lesser extent. But those were sort of the two subgenres of the academia aesthetic that really got popular this year. But upon doing a quick Google search, I found that there are 27 subgenres to the academia aesthetic. However, not a single one of them are jewel tones. I really love jewel tones, and my ideal aesthetic would be academia mixed with vintage mixed with jewel tones. So that's sort of the goal for today. We are going to be making the subgenre of jewel toned vintage academia. Now, vintage academia is in and of itself a thing, along with other fun things like witchy academia and classical academia and gray academia, things like that. But jewel tones is not there on its own, living its best life. I have 5 outfits that I've put together that I want to show you guys that to me sort of encapsulate that. So yeah, that is what I want to show you guys. But before we jump into this video, don't forget to pause and go down below and hit the subscribe button. It is totally free, and I'll let you know when I upload new videos, which is every single Monday, unless I have a crazy weekend, and then they go up on Wednesday. Anyway, okay, so without further ado, let us jump into some definitions and then we'll talk about outfits. Okay, so what the heck even is academia? So I've talked about this quite a few times on the channel. I've given you guys definitions for the academia aesthetic, so I don't want to deep dive into it again. You guys can check out some of my previous videos where I've done some deep diving into what the academia aesthetic is, but essentially it is a aesthetic that plays homage to old school 1920s to 1940s private school uniforms, and it really pulls a lot of inspiration from gothic sort of architecture and literature. It's basically what a really trendy history professor would wear. Basically, there's a lot of collared shirts, there's a lot of layering, there's a lot of plaid, and there are a lot of trousers involved. So that's sort of the situation with academia. Now, what are jewel tones? So there are, I think, 5 main jewel tones that we're going to be talking about today, though I will only be using 3 in outfits. Like I was saying, jewel tones are colors that are very rich and vibrant and sort of deep tones that are named after gemstones. So you've got ruby red, citrine yellow, which is essentially mustard yellow, sapphire blue, emerald green, which is essentially a very rich foresty green, and amethyst purple, which is just a dark purple. So today we're going to be talking about emerald, ruby, and citrine because I just don't have anything in an amethyst or a sapphire shade that are going to work for these outfits. So yeah, those are the colors within the aesthetic that we are creating. And then of course I'm going to allow neutral colors to be part of this as well. So now, without further ado, let's jump into the outfits. Okay, so this outfit I do believe you guys have probably seen before. This is kind of the outfit that sparked this whole jewel-toned academia thing for me. So what we've got going here are some beautiful ruby red patent leather shoes. These are really cute Steve Madden, vintage Mary Jane inspired shoes. So we've got the vintage, the jewel tones going on there. Then I have on these trouser pants here, which are very dark academia. They've got a nice dark sort of pattern going on. I will say I think that these are pretty versatile. I think you can use them for either light or dark academia, though I think these are airing a little bit more on the side of dark academia though. But these have some really lovely, it's kind of like a maroonish burgundy color stripe going down the side. Then I've got on this vintage cardigan that I thrifted. This is one of my favorite thrifted finds. It is just such a good cardigan. Fits so well, and this is my favorite way to wear it. Just buttoned right at the top. I love that these buttons are sort of shimmery. They look like little rubies, which I think is really pretty. So I have this cardigan on here, and then underneath I have a button-up Peter Pan collar shirt, which gives you that sort of vintage vibe with the Peter Pan collar as opposed to a pointed collar. Now, I do quite like a pointed collar, and you'll see a couple of those later on, but I think that this gives it a nice little vintage look. For accessories, I just have on actually like a faux ruby ring here, and then another faux ruby ring, and also it has faux citrines in it over here on this side. And then I have on these insanely beautiful earrings that are from Kalani Accessories. I will leave her Instagram linked below. You guys should definitely check out her shop. She and I are like internet friends, and her work is just stunning. These are real freshwater pearls with a like hammered metal gold little post here. Yeah, and then I just have on an Alex and Annie bracelet, which isn't necessarily the most academia, but this is just like my regular everyday accessories. These are gonna be the same accessories for all of the outfits, but I did just want to run through them really quickly. I also put my hair up in half up, half down, which I feel like is an overtly academic looking hairstyle. It also happens to be the hairstyle I like to wear my hair in every day, pretty much. So yeah, this is the first outfit. I think it's really cute. I think it works really well for jewel toned academia. I think, you know, if this were like a black cardigan, which I think I did that in my styling dark academia outfits video. I think I did it with a black cardigan. I think that this is like a perfect way to do it. So yeah, outfit number 1 is complete. I'm gonna be honest, up until this moment I had never paired these items together, and now I'm wondering why not. This is so cute. I'm obsessed. So let's start from the feet and work our way up. So first of all, I have on these brown Oxfords that are well and truly broken. They are completely separated from the sole, but I do need to bring them to a cobbler to see if I can get them fixed. And like I said in last week's video, I don't want to buy any more shoes this year, but if these can't be fixed, that might be the one shoe purchase I allow myself to make this year, because honestly, these became like fast favorites for me, and the fact that they broke so quickly, I mean, they aren't true vintage, so they're like probably 50 years old. So I mean, honestly, it would make sense that I'd have to get them fixed, but also if I can't get them fixed, I might buy a contemporary recreation of these from a shoe store. So yeah, I do have these on. I did thrift these online. I absolutely love them up until they broke. I was wearing them all the time. Then moving on up from that, I have on a pair of like ruffled lettuce leaf hem socks. I think that socks are so underestimated. I feel like they can do a lot for an outfit, and I just feel like this definitely gives it that sort of schoolgirl vibe by adding them in. Absolutely love how these look. I also really love how brown looks with green. So moving on up, I have this vintage inspired skirt. It could be vintage. There is not a tag in this, I don't think, but I'm pretty certain it's not. It is made out of like a sweatshirt type of material, but they're honestly just, it's just the most comfortable skirt ever. Absolutely love it. Thrifted this. It is in a nice 1940s, 1950s sort of silhouette, which I really, really love. So yeah, really, really love that. And we're bringing in those emerald tones, which gotta love. I think for me, it was really like this color and then the color from the last outfit, that like ruby red, that really made me be like, you know what, no, I cannot embrace the academia aesthetic as much as I want to if I can't wear these colors, because I love them so much. So these were like the real reasons why we're here today, making our own aesthetic. But yeah, so picked this up at a thrift store for super inexpensive. I absolutely love it. It's a perfect length for me. I said this before on my channel, I've always been really empowered by modesty, and so I like a sort of shin length what is this, midaxi skirt? I think they call these T-length skirts, I do believe. I could be wrong, but I think these are called T-length skirts. But yeah, so I have that on. Then moving up, I have on this light tan, almost cream colored sweater vest that I think plays really, really well with light academia. Sweater vests are really popular in the academia aesthetic. And then underneath it, just a white button up that also is super popular in the academia aesthetic. Again, I kept the accessories the same. Threw on a necklace just for a little bit of visual interest on a very solid looking outfit. There is no pattern going on here, so wanted to add some visual interest with the accessories, so I threw on my little Gryffindor necklace, which is literary inspired, but, you know, not necessarily like the type of literature that academia sort of looks at, but who freaking cares? This is our own aesthetic. Yeah, and then I kept my hair the same and all the rest of the accessories the same. And this is this outfit. I think this might end up being my favorite of the bunch. but we shall see. Guys, I hate that it gets dark so early. It's 3:45 and it is getting so dark in here. I have every light in my room on and I'm sorry. The lighting is so weird. Okay. Anyway, moving on to this outfit. So this one has a really similar silhouette to the last outfit, but we're going with a different colorway. So instead of really playing up the emerald green in the skirt, we are going with Citrine. So this is like a mustard yellow shirt that I got from Burlington like 2 years ago or something like that. And I really love it. Obviously, since I've kept it all these years, it's definitely like a staple in my wardrobe. And then I paired it with this silk thrifted plaid tank top. Now, I think when I was really having a hard time finding sweater vests like anywhere because everybody and their mother's uncle were buying them, I found a couple of tank tops that I thought to myself, hey, these kind of look like sweater vests. You could literally just layer these as well. And this was sort of the first tank top that I tried that out with. I originally, I think, layered this over top of my green sweater, which we'll see in a little bit, but I actually really like it over top of this t-shirt as well. I also really like the collar on this t-shirt under here, by the way. It pays homage to the really fanciful collars of the Edwardian period. Now, of course, it is much more toned down and made everyday wearable in modern society, but it's definitely like paying homage to it a little bit, so I really liked that. So it definitely has that sort of vintagey modern look to it. And then, yeah, like I said, got the tank top over top. Then moving on down, I have on this really lovely skirt here. Now, this was marketed as vintage when I bought it. Still not sure if it is, but we're going with that it is because it makes me feel cooler to think that it is actual vintage. But this is just a really beautiful 1940s silhouette as well. This one I think is a little bit longer than the green skirt I had on previously, but I absolutely love it. This is my favorite skirt that I own. I wear it all the time, which is really good. I think that's the whole point of buying fashion, is to, like, you know, wear it as much as possible until it falls apart or until it's past the point of you being able to mend it, and then you can move on to a new piece of clothing. So yeah, picked this up on Poshmark, which really awesome. Loved that. I got it for a decent price. It was a little expensive, but it was marketed again as vintage, and vintage clothes are typically more expensive. But yeah, got this outfit on and I thought that this was really fun. Yeah, I mean, it's very similar to the last one, but it's more of like I said, we're playing with citrine instead of green or emerald. And we're also doing a short sleeve moment instead of a long button-up collar shirt moment. So there are slight differences, but I think that they're enough that the outfits feel very different. But yeah, so this is outfit number 3. Let's move on to the next one. Okay, hear me out. Please don't unsubscribe for what I'm about to say. I think sandals and socks look cool. I just think they're fashion, man. Like, this looks cool. I know it's such a hot take. Honestly, I think they're cool, and that's the cool part about fashion, right? It's so subjective. What I think is cool, you can think is like incredibly ugly. I mean, I hate bucket hats, but some other people really love them. And so, like, you do you. If you love bucket hats, go for it. I happen to like sandals and socks together. So here we are. So I have on those St. Mary Janes from before and also the socks from previous outfits as well. And I just think it looks cool. I think it looks cool. It's fashion, man. Ugh. I'm like getting defensive without anybody ever actually saying anything to me about this. Now moving on up, I've got on these plaid pants. These are thrifted. They are contemporary, so I think they're in a size 14. They are a little bit big, but honestly not too big. I will say the biggest thing is like the height of the, like how high they come up, because I am almost petite, and so if these were available in a petite size, those definitely would have fit better. But I feel like I make it work. It doesn't look like that crazy, I don't think. I actually really like how they fit. I also really wanted something that was a bit looser on the legs, so because the fact that they are a little bit longer, they're also a little bit looser, so I'm pretty happy with how they fit actually. Then with it, I've got on this, I think I would say this is sort of a mix between amethyst and ruby. It's sort of like a burgundy color, but I do think it still fits within the jewel tones category. That's the word. So yeah, I really like this. Turtlenecks are really popular, as well as plaid pants within the academia aesthetics. So I felt like this worked really well. Chuck on like a little backpack, like a leather backpack, and you are freaking golden. and I think that this would be such a cute academia look. I absolutely love this and will definitely be wearing this outfit in the future. I honestly don't wear this turtleneck a ton because, well, it's kind of more of a mock neck, but I don't really love things around my neck, like high up on my neck. But this one I really do actually like. It's really loose. Like, it might not look like it, but there is a lot of wiggle room. It's very stretchy ribbed material. So this is definitely going to be an outfit I wear more often. So this is the 4th outfit. Now let's move on to the 5th outfit before it is pitch black outside. Okay, so the final outfit includes this other sweater that very much sort of inspired this whole idea. This green sweater is a sweater I wear at least once a week. I love it so much. I think I really neglected it for a while. I just like didn't ever wear it. And then once I like put it on and realized that it's like the softest sweater in the world and that there are like 17 different ways to wear it, I started wearing it once a week. To be honest, this is the way that I mostly wear it, with this collared shirt underneath it or a different collared shirt, but I really do like it with this tank top, like collared shirt. It's like a 3/4 button, so it doesn't have buttons all the way down, which personally I think looks nicer because there's less bulk, especially if it's just for layering. No one's gonna see underneath, so just having like the 3 buttons up here I think is actually a lot nicer because, like I said, there's not as much bulk, and especially with like a slouchy sort of knit over top of it, you can definitely see those buttons. So yeah, I do quite like this with it. Like I said, it's a tank top, which I think is essential for layering, so definitely keep that in mind if you are a fan of layering, instead of going for like a full long sleeve, unless you want the cool detail of the cuff coming out at the end, which does look really nice. Then a tank top is a really great option for layering. So this sweater here is from Target from like 2 years ago now, I think, or a year ago, probably 2 years because it's 2021, baby. So 2 years ago now. And then this collared shirt we literally just found in our garage over the summer, and I claimed it as my own. Honestly, it probably was mine, but then I lost it, and then I claimed it when I refound it. So yes, moving on down, I have on these pants here. Now, if you guys have been around for a while, you might know that I've been on the hunt for the perfect pair of trousers, but for whatever reason, I'm really struggling. I know now that I need to go up like multiple sizes to find a pair that fit the way that I'm wanting them to. I recently thrifted a pair in a video, and a lot of you guys told me I should keep them and try to figure out a way to wear them. Some people even suggested wearing shapewear underneath, which I'm totally fine with. I don't have an issue with wearing shapewear, and I also don't have an issue with people suggesting that I try wearing shapewear underneath it. But I just realized like that wasn't how I wanted to wear those pants. I wanted them to have a very relaxed look, and I knew if I wore shapewear underneath it, they might look relaxed, but I wouldn't feel relaxed, and that really matters to me when wearing clothing. I feel like if it's not comfortable and I don't feel relaxed and happy and excited to be wearing something, then it's just not worth it. And I had those pants for probably about a month and I never wore them. So I actually recently gave them away in a mystery fashion box that somebody purchased on my Poshmark. So I was happy to like send those on to a new home, and she really loved them. So I was glad that they fit her better and they worked for her style and aesthetic. Anyway, so since I haven't been able to find a pair of trousers like that, I did throw on these like really lovely sweatpants. Now these kind of give off I'm a professional wearing professional looking khaki like trousers or slacks, but they actually have an elastic waistband and are in fact sweatpants. I would call these like fancy sweatpants because they don't feel or look like just like your plain run-of-the-mill Nike or Adidas sweatpants. They feel you know, a little bit more elevated from that, which is my perfect style. They also have a nice shape to them. They kind of are like a straight leg, almost like cigarette pant shape, which is really A, vintage, and B, really flattering for my body type. Makes me feel really good. Moving on down, these loafer moccasins are just such classic staples, and they just work for so many outfits. I also feel like loafers are very academic and therefore work super well with the academia aesthetic. So yeah, this outfit is really playing with just, yeah, maybe light academia or just academia in general, right? Because these pants are sort of light academia. The shoes are sort of dark academia. Then the sweater is our own vintage jewel-toned academia aesthetic. So yeah, I really like this sort of coupling of things, this pairing, this mishmash of items. And yeah, this is the last outfit. I think that this works really, really well. As you can see, I really am gravitating towards the sort of emerald and ruby sides of the gemstones. But if and when I do find something in a really beautiful amethyst color or really, really lovely like sapphire color, I definitely think that those would work so, so well. I just don't have anything that would work for that. So that's why they're not here. Okay, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video so, so much. I had so much fun putting these outfits together, and honestly, I think this is it. I think we found my dream aesthetic. Vintage, jewel tones, and academia. I'm obsessed. I'm in love. I think this is it. This is it. It's my aesthetic, man. I want to know if this is your aesthetic too. Let me know down below. I absolutely am so in love with this. Let me know if there are other aesthetic things, like subgenres, that we want to make together. Also, don't forget to fill out the form down below to potentially be a part of the thrifting for my subscriber series. I actually did the thrifting for that this weekend, and I'm really excited. I also ordered a couple of things on Poshmark because I couldn't find some things in actual stores, and I figured that that might be the best way to find some of the pieces. So yes, if you guys want to be a part of that, don't forget to fill out the form. It's always linked down below in all of my videos. Yeah, also follow me on social media, super active over on Instagram, and I'm currently doing XOXO KK's 12-week photo challenge, so there should be some pretty fun photos popping up in the next 12 weeks. I also really encourage you guys to check that out. I'll leave her channel link down below. She makes the most beautiful photos I've ever seen, so 10 out of 10 recommend checking her out. And I think that's all I have. Subscribe, give us a thumbs up, and don't forget, it costs absolutely nothing to be kind, so be kind to yourself and others. I'll see you guys next week. Bye.